dense forest, there was an old abandoned cabin that locals avoided. They whispered that anyone who spent a night there never returned the same, or sometimes never returned at all. One stormy evening, a young woman named Emily, seeking an escape from her troubled life, decided to test the rumors. She arrived at the cabin just as the storm intensified, the wind howling and the rain lashing against the windows. The inside of the cabin was as decrepit as one might expect. Dust-covered furniture, cobwebs in the corners, and a fireplace blackened by years of neglect. Emily tried to shake off the feeling of unease as she set up a makeshift bed in one corner of the main room. She was determined to prove that the stories were nothing but local folklore. As night fell, the storm outside grew fiercer. The wind rattled the windows and the trees seemed to press against the walls of the cabin. Emily tried to distract herself by reading a book, but the howling wind and the occasional creaks of the cabin made it nearly impossible to concentrate. Around midnight, the temperature dropped sharply. Emily could see her breath in the air, and her uneasy feeling grew stronger. Suddenly, she heard a soft, eerie whispering coming from the corner of the room. She froze, straining to listen, but the sound vanished as quickly as it had appeared. Convinced it was just the wind, she attempted to settle back down, but then a loud crash came from upstairs, followed by heavy footsteps. Emily's heart raced as she stared at the ceiling, her mind racing with fear. She debated whether to investigate, but her curiosity and the nagging feeling that she had to know what was causing the noise overcame her fear. With trembling hands, she grabbed a flashlight and slowly made her way up the creaky staircase. Each step seemed to echo louder than the last, and the house felt colder with each passing second. She reached the top of the stairs and found the door to the attic slightly ajar. The whispers were now clearer, almost as if they were calling her name. Emily pushed the door open and shone her flashlight inside. The attic was a cluttered mess of old furniture and boxes. The beam of light swept across the room, and for a brief moment, Emily thought she saw a shadow darting behind a stack of old trunks. Her heartbeat pounded in her ears as she moved closer to investigate. The whispering grew more insistent, urging her to come closer. Just as she reached out to touch one of the trunks, a cold hand grabbed her shoulder. She spun around, but there was no one there. The attic was empty, save for the eerie silence and the flickering light of her flashlight. Desperate, Emily fled back downstairs, her breath coming in ragged gasps.